Hello, another edition of Kitchen Cupboard Heroes. This one proves to be a true classic, well hopefully it will be. This is true Kitchen Cupboard Hero style food. Just finished doing the cheesecake episode and Tella comes in and goes, oh, we need to get some tea knocked together for the lads and that. So I'll video doing that. So we are literally using what's left over in the cupboard. So pork loins, I put these in the freezer a few weeks ago. Took them out, defrosted them, so they're perfectly defrosted. Great little thing to have kicking around in your freezer, pork loin, make a nice dinner at any time. So yeah, they've just got a nice little rim of fat on there, so you could use pork chop, you could use any type of pork really. As long as it's not leg of pork or pork shoulder. Okay. So pork loin, pork chops, anything like that. So we're going in there with some seasoning. So any seasoning you will require. And we season the meat and we oil the meat before we put it in the pan. And we always put it into a nice red hot pan. So what we're going to be serving this pork with today is some potato gnocchi. And I've mentioned potato gnocchi before and people have gone, what's potato gnocchi? So this is potato gnocchi, but this is, let me just get the other version of it as well I've covered. So you can get it from any supermarket, everyone sells it. Some sell it like this, some sell great big versions of it filled with pesto. You can make it yourself quite easily, I'll tell you about that in a second. But it's a really beautiful little potato pasta stroke dumpling. So the way you would make it would be jacket potato, bake it in the oven, let it blister, cut a V into the top of the skin of the potato, open it up, let all the condensation get out because you want it to be dry as possible, that potato, you don't want it moist at all. Let it dry out on the side, cool down. And just keep mixing flour into the potato, take the skin off obviously, get onto a board, keep mixing it with flour, so pasta flour or I can use the plain flour even, just keep mixing it until it makes a dough, and then you get something like that when you roll it into cigar shapes, cut it up and you get like little pillows, which look similar to that. I'd say Tesco sell it mega cheap. And that's what this is about. So another one they sell is this one, our favourite. So it's tri-coloured, so it's got a tomato flavoured gnocchi, a spinach and just a plain flavoured gnocchi in there as well. So the instructions are all on the packets guys, I'm not going to tell you how to suck eggs, but basically 2 or 3 minutes in a pan of boiling hot salted water. Once it's risen, take it out and then you serve it how we're going to serve it in a second. So that's basically the fundamentals of gnocchi. The same with that one. So you know it's cooked when it's risen to the top. Give it a few more seconds, let it bubble around in the boiling water. Don't put too much in the water at once, that's a good tip. Make sure it's well salted, and then we're going to jump on to what we'll be doing in a second here. So we're going to do it in a nice little sauce. We've got some spinach kicking around in the fridge that needs using up. So yeah, that wilts down quite a lot. So it might look like a lot, but there's enough there for around about 6, which is how many I'm cooking for. These packets, they normally do between 2 and 3 portions. So 3 portions if it's like a starter, appetizer, 2 portions if it's to go with a meal per packet. And they're very, very cheap, so it's not like it's costing a lot of money. I've got some chestnut mushrooms kicking around in the fridge, so I'm going to put them in there. I've got some beautiful little plum cherry tomatoes left over from a dish I did the other day. They can go in there. True Kitchen Cupboard Hero dish. Got some parmesan, that's really important, or any type of hard Italian cheese, so pecorino, grana padano, any of those type of Italian cheeses. I've got an onion kicking around, so I'm going to put that in there. I've got some cream cheese left over from the cheesecake recipe. A little bit of cream, but that's optional. You can just literally serve it as it is. So, first of all, while I've been talking to you, I've had a pan of boiling water on the back there on the stove. About a pan of salted boiling water. So that's what the gnocchi's going to go into. So I'm going to put the salt in now. some here, put that in. Put plenty of salt in, and that'll start to fizz up and it'll bring it to the boil quicker. And make sure I've got plenty on our pork. So get your oven on around about 180 and start to blister these cherry tomatoes. You can cut them up if you want to. I like them like that. A little bit of olive oil over there, a little bit of seasoned salt over there. You're going to move around, and then the oven let them blister. Okay, so our pan's been getting nice and hot here. We're going to go in with the pork. So oil side down, seasoning. No oil in the pan. Never put oil in your pan. Make sure your meat's covered with oil and put that in instead. Okay. I'm going to quickly wash my hands. Like I say, this is a real kitchen cupboard classic, this one, so it's literally using what we've got kicking around in the cupboard. So we're going to go with some tongs. Just check that pork. Yeah, we want some nice caramelisation going on in there. So what I mean by caramelisation is I want it to be a nice golden colour and give it that caramelistic sort of taste and flavour on the pork itself, which transfers back into the pan, which is really important when we're going to finish our gnocchi off in this pan as well. So you're going to have all that juices, all them flavours from that pork fat going into the gnocchi, which is pasta sauce. So good, one pot dishes again, we love them. So cuts down on the washing up, keeps everybody happy. Everyone gets to sit down at the same time and enjoy Monopoly or whatever it is you're playing. So, pork goes on like that, turn it over, we've got to see that beautiful brown caramelisation going on in the meat there, that's what you're looking for. While that's happening, you can get on with your onions. So, I've got a peeled onion here. I'm going to show you a really easy way of chopping, guys, but I mean obviously chefs do it a different way. So just literally, carefully cut across your onion like that. Sharp knife is the key, always. Sharper the knife, less chance you've got of cutting yourself. Why is that, you ask? Because it won't slip. If you've got a blunt knife, it'll slip and it'll cut you. Sharper the knife, less chance you've got. I'm not saying it won't cut you, you've got less chance. So once you've cut them across like that, keep them together, pinch them gently, not too hard, and go across the onion like that. Until you're comfortable, as comfortable as you can be with a knife being near your fingers. You're thinking maybe that's not that very fine, but trust me, once it's all broken up it can be. And if you want it to be finer, I'll show you another way. So go across the onion like that. If you want it to be finer, just get your blade, just pinch the top of the blade and just keep chopping like that until it gets as fine as you want it to be. Okay? And if you're really finicky about having pieces of onion in your food, you can always grate it, because then it'll just break to pieces. Okay? So you've got your onion, so put that to one side. Going to go into some nice chestnut mushrooms. Got these kicking about, so put it in half. Nice big chunks of mushroom. You don't have to put mushroom in if you don't like mushrooms. The whole point of these videos are you put in what you want to put in. You eat what you want to eat. So in half, flat part down on the board, and just chunks. You put the flat part down on the board, it won't go anywhere. It shouldn't go anywhere, I won't say it won't. I'm going to get sued. So So we're gonna give that another turn back. And we've got a beautiful brown caramelisation going on that pork now. Smells fantastic in here. You can put whatever seasoning you want on these guys. You can put some paprika, you can put some barbecue spice, Lebanese spice, whatever you want. Like I say, paprika, a garlic powder, whatever you want. But I just think with this particular type of dish, we're going to have garlic in the sauce anyway. The salt and pepper works well. So, gnocchi. You just literally open the packet and throw it into the boiling hot water. No science involved in that one. When it floats, you take it out by tipping it into a colander. So nice and easy. Just be careful, and I've got a big pan on there with lots of water. Don't put too much in at once. So if you're using a small pan, you literally want to put just one packet in at a time. That's quite a big pan, so it should be fine. And the small little pieces of gnocchi. So the big ones like these, you want to put them in into less amounts at a time. That pork's smelling lovely. We're going to chop these mushrooms up quickly now just to get through them. And then we're going to take them out in a second. We've got that beautiful caramelisation going on. Okay, we've got the mushrooms chopped up. Take the pork out now, put it onto a tray. Put it onto a tray now, because it's almost cooked. You don't want to dry it out, that's the key. That brining recipe I showed you all earlier on an earlier video, that would work really well with these pork chops. Just put them into a brine overnight or 2 days. So that's going to start burning if you don't act quite quickly here. So you want to get them onions and then mushrooms in there and get all that residue off the pork chops into your onions and into your mushrooms. You don't need one of these pans to do this. You can do this in a big frying pan or a couple of frying pans, depending on how many of you there is. Just make sure you scrape the bottom of your pan and it won't burn with a nice wooden spoon. Do not use a metal one. It will knacker your pan up. So get yourself a nice wooden spoon. If you haven't got one, go and buy one. A little bit of oil, not too much. That's just a bit of pomace oil, which is a blend of cheap olive oil and rapeseed oil. You can get it from anywhere. So we've got our pork chops, we're going to put them in the oven with the tomatoes. We're going to give our gnocchi a stir. The northwest accent coming out there, stir. So, just give them mushrooms and onions a fry up. While we're doing that, we're going to get our garlic. Now, this is fantastic stuff. This is literally a bulb of garlic that's been put into a barbecue and smoked. For the end of the night, when you finish barbecuing, throw a couple of bulbs of garlic in there. Smells fantastic. Puts a whole new element to your garlic. If you would about it going off, peel it, puree it in some oil, keep it in the fridge. It'll keep for a couple of weeks, at least. As long as it's covered in oil. Okay, so we're going to go in there with probably 4 pieces of garlic. So we're just going to trim them up, take the end off. Don't cut all the way through, and then it'll peel the side of it off for you, really. Just go all the way, almost. Yeah? And then you can get your thumbnail to have any thumbnails really, but get your thumb in there and pull that off, that skin, like so. Another way, dropping it into a deep fat fryer, that's dead easy to do. 1980s cowboy trick that was. Roasting it, and you just push it out, that makes beautiful garlic to cook with. Or you can just do it this way, or you can just get the knife and just smack it down. I know a lot of people are wary of doing that, especially with knives. So you get the garlic skin off, get rid of that. So if you haven't got a garlic press or any other type of device for crushing your garlic, give them a stir around so they don't burn. Some nice caramelisation going on in there now, guys. Smells lovely. So we can turn that down a little bit while we're waiting. So yeah, the way I was talking about, get your knife. You want a nice wide knife to do this. Just put it on and just gently squeeze down. So you're not banging it like you do when you're trying to peel it. Just gently squeeze down. Put your body weight onto there. And I've got plenty of that. Onto there. And then to chop it, you want some salt. So the salt acts like an abrasion against the knife and the product, so it chops easier. So just up and down. So really a chopping knife is designed so you can do that. So technically the blade really never leaves the board. So you're just doing that, that's why they're shaped. So the bigger the knife, you ever seen some of these chef's knives are like massive? That's so they can lift it higher to chop. That's why you have that bit there, okay? So that's all I'm doing. Just going up and down, slowly. Yeah? And then you can put your fingers on the end of the blade and just go up and down like that. Just don't press down too hard because it'll go like that or like that. And just pinch the blade. Just go up and down like that. You can use this method for chopping parsley, herbs, anything like that, okay? And then just use your finger with a sharp edge away. Scrape it all up, or you can just press it down and squash it all up, whichever you prefer. I like a little bit of bite in mine. So that can go in there now. I turned it down because it'll burn very, very quickly if you're not careful. So we got our onions, we got our mushrooms, and we got our garlic in there. I know Gino would probably be having a fit now if I found out I put garlic and onions together, because I know he doesn't like it. So in there, got the beautiful flavours going on. Just gently frying away now. Just got a little bit of a sizzle going on. Our gnocchi's just starting to come to the boil now. Lucky for me, otherwise that'd be a bit embarrassing. I'll give that a stir around. I'll bring the camera over in a second so you can see what I mean, or I'll bring the pan over, it'll be easier. So you can see what I mean about it floating. That's fried off nicely. So what we want to do now is you want to transfer, turn it down, and transfer all this beautiful goodness. And I know it's a bit of faffing around, it's easier to do when you've got a frying pan as well. These beautiful mushrooms and onions, which have left this beautiful flavour in the pan now, which we don't want to lose. And we don't want to waste, so I'm going to get them out. Get a bigger pan, probably easier. Get a bigger spoon in there. Get all them out of there. Try not to leave any in there because it'll burn. What we're going to do next Now, a lot of Italians and a lot of Italian recipes, they'll call for you to literally just drain off your gnocchi and throw that in there. Now, in our house, that doesn't work for us. We don't like it. And I was never shown how to make gnocchi that way. So, we do it our way, we do it my way. You can do it however you want. You can just literally throw your gnocchi in there and you're good to go with a little bit of cream. But we are going to do it my way. So, the gnocchi's now boiled, and this is floating lovely on the top of the water there like that, okay? So we're going to drain that off. We're going to put that spinach into a bowl that we've washed off. Drain it through the colander. And then we're going to get our pan really, really hot now, guys. So that's why I said it's really important that you get all those bits of garlic and onion out the bottom of that pan. If you're not sure, just get a cloth and just wipe it out, okay? Or a bit of kitchen towel, whichever. So we're going to go in there, a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. Our gnocchi's draining away. We're going to get some proper heat going on now in that pan. Switch off the gas. Our pork's in the oven. That's cooking away slowly, nicely. With those cherry tomatoes. We've got a spinach over here, which we've washed off. We've got a gnocchi that's draining off now. We've got everything we need to finish this dish off now. Okay? Our onions and our mushrooms and our garlic's there ready. So we're going to go straight in. You can see the smoke starting to rise. If you're not sure, put your hand over the top of the pan. Don't put it in, obviously. So our gnocchi's drained off lovely in the colander. Carefully put that in there. Stand back so it doesn't splash up on you. And we're just going to keep moving it around in that pan so it doesn't stick to the bottom. So you do this with any gnocchi. This is the tri-coloured one that's available from Tesco's. And they've always got it in at the minute. All the other pasta's sold. No one seems to know what to do with this stuff, I think. So I probably won't be able to get it now when I go in. So a little bit more oil if you need it. Just the rapeseed oil, pomace oil, whichever you've got. Don't use extra virgin because extra virgin's got a lower flash point. It burns and it leaves a horrible aftertaste in your mouth. So what we're doing now, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but apart from making a mess, it's starting to caramelise the outside of that gnocchi. So we're starting to fry it and make it crispy. So you've got like crispy little potato dumplings. Beautiful, really is beautiful. So bearing in mind as well, we've got the flavour of the onions, the mushrooms and garlic already in that pan from when we fried it out. So as long as you haven't wiped too much of it out with a kitchen towel, you'll get that flavour. We're going to put them back in anyway. I'm getting them everywhere. I'm just going to fry them off. Next, a little top tip, Parmesan or hard Italian cheese, whichever hard Italian cheese you've got. Grate loads of that over it while it's frying. And what you'll get is that crispy little nuggets of potato, because essentially that's what it is, potato and flour, with this beautiful Parmesan cheese coated on it. Keep frying that off now. We love gnocchi in this house, it's one of our favourites. And then we get that beautiful flavour going on. If you find it's not colouring or going crispy quick enough for you, you can always put a knob of butter in there and that helps speeds it up as well. So when I've got a little bit of butter left over from when I was making the cheesecake, so I'm going to put that in there. You can hear that sizzle straight away. That's creating that caramelisation. But once you're happy with your gnocchi, as crispy as you want it, and as golden brown as you want it, then you can add back into your pan your onions, your mushrooms and your garlic. You can put peppers in there, whatever you wanted. Put the courgettes, you could put aubergine, any soft sort of vegetable like, you could put asparagus in there. Got asparagus season coming up, so that could go in there. Yeah, whatever you want. So that's the thing with these recipes, guys. You make them how you want them. I'll just give you the guide. This is how we like it. So got a nice chestnut mushrooms in there. So it looks quite woody, quite herb because you've got that green. You've got that those mushrooms in there. Looks really, really nice. We're going to go in now with some salt. Not too much because we've got parmesan in there already. But your hard cheese is normally quite salty anyway. Lots of cracked black pepper. He says as he runs out. There'll be enough here anyway. So fold that in. Keep that sizzle going if you can. That sizzling noise is what you're after. Now totally up to you at this point what you put in here. You can put some white wine in here. You can put some stock in here. You can put whatever you want. We're just going to make it nice and quick because I've got a load of hungry people in the room next to me. So you can put some mascarpone cheese in there, some cream cheese in there if you wanted to. I'm just going to go in because we're a bit pushed on time now. With some cream, just drizzle of cream. Just not too much. Drizzle of cream in there. Just to bring it together. And then once it's all brought together like that, and the cream starts to break down, just coat down gnocchi like that. I'm going to go in with the spinach. So literally on top, push it down gently, and just let that wilt. You've got one of these pans, brilliant. Just pop the lid on. If not, just put a plate on top of your frying pan or whatever pan you're using. And the key is not to overcook the spinach, obviously. We just want it to wilt down. So you could use spinach, you could use kale, you could use spring cabbage, samphire, anything like that really. Some chard, if you're posh. I'm just going to go in now with some tongs and just lift carefully, lift stuff up and move it around. Lift and drop, basically. So once you've done that, you can get your spoon in and fold it all up together. And that way you don't lose that spinach everywhere like I am. If you've got any of the pesto left over that I showed you how to make in a previous video, you could just sprinkle some of that over the top of this as well if you're sending it out, plating it up, whichever you want. So I'm just going to let that continue to wilt down while I go back in the oven and get the rest of the ingredients out, and then we can plate up. We've got our cherry tomatoes, we've got a pork. If you've got time, treat your pork loin like you would do a steak. Let it rest. If you haven't, like I haven't, I'm going to get mugged in a minute if I don't feed them. Just fold that in now. You can see all that spinach is wilted away into there. Got some nice greens, nice and healthy. I'll turn that off because that's done. I'm going to go in now with a bowl or a plate. This beautiful spinach and gnocchi mix on the side of the plate like that. You don't need much, it's very, very filling. I'm going to go with some of these cherry tomatoes. Just drop them on top for colour. A nice pork loin on the side. And I'm going to finish it off with some more parmesan. If you find anything. And on top of that, make it a bit chefy. Get a peeler, put some parmesan on top. There you go, guys. So that's my gnocchi with spinach and pork loin. Hope you try it. Let me know if you do. See pictures on the side. I just want to thank the NHS for the brilliant job they're doing. Stay safe, stay strong, and I will see you all on the other side of this, and I will see you on one of these very soon. Bye.